Perfect. Let me hit record. Oh my gosh, hold on. Okay, I got into like a super screen, which you guys can't see it, but I freaked myself out not knowing how to mute or anything, and I just panicked. Okay, so I'm super excited for the Zoom. I don't even know how I did that. But Amber, we have followed you obviously and been friends for quite some time, and I think you've been in what 10 years. I don't know. I'm gonna have you share your story and all that. But we were asking different leaders that people wanted to make sure that they highlighted and spotlighted. And so you were always at the top of the list. So I was like, we have got to get her on. So I'm super excited. So if you can just kind of introduce yourself and share a little bit of your story and just how you got started and what the journey's been like, and then we'll ask some questions.
Sure. Well, thank you so much, first of all, for having me on, you guys. I love this. If you can, I just have a simple request. And you guys, it's that you turn your cameras on if you're available. If you're not, then leave it off. But if you are, I would love to see you and connect with you. But again, totally understand if you can't. But anyways, my name's Amber Parker. In August, Erin, it will be 11 years. Isn't that wild, you guys? I started this business when my kids were 1.5 and 4, almost 4. And it is just wild to literally grow up with this company. And I never started with that intent. I started because at that time I was working in the salon full time. Josh was working at another network marketing company, kind of doing what he's doing now, but with a way better company today than it was back then, right? So he was working for a different company and learned compensation. We also worked at banking. We have a little bit of sales background. I think if you have ever had a job period, that's sales. And so I was overweight and I wanted the products, and I never wanted to touch a network marketing business a day in my life, but I wanted to touch the products. And so for me, it was a no-brainer that why wouldn't I at least have the option to make money if I could? Why wouldn't I? Not that I was going to sell it or not that anything was going to happen with it. That was my mindset going into it. So tip number 1, don't discredit those people that say, I don't really want to work the business. Is it okay if I still buy a business builder kit? And we're going to talk about that because those people could be your next ambassador. They could be your next triple diamond. You don't know. So I got started, went and I tried a wrap from a complete stranger, and I came home and I said, babe, it's $99 to get started. And I really just want the wraps. And that way, then I don't have to order monthly because I couldn't afford to be a customer. Our finances were just too crazy. We were, playing Russian roulette with bills every single month. And so I said, Josh looked at me, he's like, babe, we don't have $99. And I was like, and that's the freaking problem. That's the problem, you guys, is that we are working multiple jobs, did everything. We're even taking out student loans to live. Like, do you know how many people actually do that? Drop a 1 if you've done that. Okay, I'll be the first one. Okay, like we did that. We did that for years. No college degrees, me or my husband, and we make more today with this company than we ever would with either degrees or careers. Now, again, I was a stylist, but just wanted to try the products, you guys. I got started. I did 2 hair appointments to get that $99 kit, and immediately knew that I had something special, that if it gave me the confidence in my own skin, who was I to not share that with every single person that I knew? And so I went ruby in 45 days, diamond in 3 months, and went to conference in January as a diamond, went double diamond the next month, and triple diamond in 8 months. So from 0 to well over triple diamond pay, which I mean, over $15,000 a month. Insert the income disclosure statement here, but it was just a wild ride. But really, I didn't see a massive increase in that first 8 months until that 8 months. And so maybe we can talk a little bit about that too. You guys, this isn't a job, it's a business. And I had no intention of running a business. I had no intention of being my own CEO. I had no intention of being able to radically change my life, but not only mine, you guys, the trajectory of hundreds of thousands that I may never even meet. And that's what you get to do too. And so 8 months in, we brought my husband home, and we've been a full-time family ever since. My husband now works for corporate, and he is doing all the fun things in the compensation plan and the trainings and all of that. So he's a numbers guy, he's a strategy guy. He is one of the greatest guys that I ever have met in my entire life. And maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I hope that you guys, if will get to know my husband, if you know him, you will love him. He is somebody that I just adore, and he really is part of my success when I joined this business, and he was like, hey, You know, you can, I'm on a Zoom. Can you shut the door, please, and go talk to your mom? Thank you. In a minute. Love you. So sorry, work from home, guys. So again, you guys, we love what we get to do. This isn't just something that we sell. This is exactly who we are. This isn't just a marketing campaign. This is our legacy. So we love what we get to do, and we're ready for this next run. It's been a beautiful journey. I've seen it all. I've seen the highs, I've seen the lows, but more importantly, I've seen that there's room and we're not done. That's what I'm excited about.
I love it. Well, and so I know you said you wanted to touch on one thing, so I'm gonna go back to that at the beginning, but will you talk a little bit about just, you know, I know that there's different parts of your journey, but you're coming back into this like other run and kind of what's exciting and what's happening. Because I think, you know, the last couple of people that we've talked to were like, you know, what is one thing that you would, if you could go back and tell yourself, like, what's that one thing that you would be focused on right now? Like what's important for you to build your business based on kind of like the excitement and things, because we've been in this business long enough that we know the different points, the highs and lows, like you said, and the different trends and stuff like that. So hopefully that question makes sense and you know where I'm going with it.
Yeah, totally. And you guys, here's the deal. You'll look back, right? There's a saying that says the best way to predict the future is what? Look at the past. And so the best way to predict the best success forward is to look at when you had success the last time. Like, what did you do? And I've wrestled with that. I wrestled with it in 2020 when I came out with KPIs. God downloaded a vision to me and was like, Amber, what was every single thing that you did as a brand new distributor with no upline, no Zooms, no trainings? What did you do? I studied, I learned Facebook. I learned how to expand my market. I learned the algorithms. Nobody taught me. Google. Like, I literally had YouTube and Google to build my business on. I had the documents that I was just digging into every single day. But most importantly, you guys, I was filling majority of my day with Audible books that were in different categories that I knew I needed help with. Okay, so here I am, a salon owner, a hairstylist, and I'm about to go run a multi-million-dollar marketing company. Do you think that there's some learning in there? And we stopped learning in 2020. At least I did. I couldn't consume another thing. It was such a dark place for me. And this is me being very transparent and very vulnerable. 2020 was amazing. 2021 was hell, and 2022 almost took me out. I don't know who that's for or if anyone else felt that, but the enemy will try right now and take out women and everything she touches. And so in the beginning, I was battling the same enemy of depression, of worthiness, of can I do it? Who am I? I don't have a network. How do I know how to do this? I'm not 6 feet tall, long hair. You know, at the time I had short hair. I don't have all these, the way that she looks and this kind of cabinets and these kind of, who cares? And so I wish I would have, if I could look back, I wish I would have said to myself, there is people in your lives, Valerie, that only you can impact. I suggest you go. There are lives, Cheryl, in your space, in your bandwidth, in your calling that only you can touch. Go. And I wish I would have moved faster. I wish I would have been scared less. I wish I would have known that every single time I leaped, that net must appear. I wish I would have known that every time I need to learn something, I have the bandwidth to learn it. I don't need anyone to teach me how to do anything. It is up to us to decide what areas we're going to grow in. And that was what I had to do. I had to study, I had to consume, and then I had to execute. And I had to study and I had to consume and I had to execute. What did I have to study? How to work out. I had to learn how to meal prep. I had to learn how to make Instagram stories, make reels. I had to learn everything I know I wasn't born with. Everything you know, you weren't born with. At some capacity, someone taught you or you reached out. And so what is the missing piece of your business that you are terrified to go study? Because the minute you know it, you know it. And once you know it, you can't go back and say that you don't know it. Okay. For me, it might be a different season. Sometimes it was money mindset. For 2 years, I studied money. Any and every book about money, money mindset, money management, producing money, residual money, anything with money, happy money, sad money, like that's the thing. I had to learn it. I had to study it. Why? Because I sucked it, increasing my ceiling of capacity of what I felt like I was worth. And for 2020 to 2022, I just stopped simply studying. I stopped dreaming about what it was going to be like to be able to pay off X, Y, and Z. I forgot what it was like to stop dreaming about like a new house or a new car. I was like, it's cool. Everyone else is struggling. So like, it's real comfortable down here. It's real comfortable. Who am I to go after my dreams when people are here? Guess what, you guys? Back in 2022, there were people here and there were people here. There were just different problems and labeled different things. And so it's the same exact capacity that God has called you to go somewhere. So study, study, study. You know what you're missing. If it's confidence, study any and every book that's about confidence. Figure it out. No one's coming to save you and no one's going to teach you. Even if they teach you, they can take it from you, right? But if you go out and you consume every single day and you watch those eye gates, that mouth gate and those ear gates, what am I listening to? What am I speaking over my life? And what am I seeing? Is it negativity? Delete anything that doesn't serve you to your highest good and don't apologize for it. So there's a lot that I wish I would have known. Oh, and journal your journey, because you never know what today's journal entry is where that's going to catapult you in the future for one of your dreams. So I wish I would have journaled too.
I love that. I love that. And I know that that spoke to so many people and just different things. So what, like I said, obviously I don't know how much Josh like puts in the inside and how much you get to know and all that kind of stuff. I know I'll be like, just tell
If
me.
anything.
Yeah. On every single picture, I'll like zoom in crazy and screenshot. And I'm like, okay, let me see what I can find out. But looking at just how like you're doing things now, because obviously you said, you're studying and that kind of thing. Like, how are you onboarding your team members and how are you growing and building up new leaders? Because obviously the leadership piece is going to look different because your mindset is different now and probably how you're focusing. So maybe just talk a little bit about the newbies piece, and then, for those people that have been in, how are you working with them to grow them to that next level?
So, and some of my team are on here, so you guys can kind of pitch into in the chat, of course, like, what do I do that assist you in your business, and drop it in the chat. But as far as new people coming on, you guys, it really is a mindset. It is always looking for your first distributor. Every single month. So here's kind of a quick story. When I was going diamond, again, no upline, no one taught me the charts. I had no idea what a leg was, what a BV was. And so I would consume every night. I'm like, okay, I'm on my reports. I'm going to move this here and check tomorrow. Right. Well, I thought that I had to have promote to diamond by the date that I signed up, which was the 15th. So my very first month that I went diamond on the 15th of the month. I worked basically September, October, November 15th, I went diamond. Okay, November 15th. And so for those 2 months, building up all those customers' orders, I started moving their shipments back to the 1st to the 5th, the 1st to the 5th, the 1st to the 5th. So all my volume ran by the time the 15th came was filled with 10,000 in volume. And those are things that I just forget about, right? Oh my gosh, Erin, I'm going to lose my train of thought here in about 2 seconds flat. So hopefully you remember the conversation. My team already knows this is coming because when something comes in, it doesn't come out. So just hang on tight and don't let me lose it. Okay. So you guys, everything that is available to you right now, it's about the vision of where you're going. So when you're launching new distributors, teach them how to be successful. Okay. How to launch a distributor and not be successful is saying, you don't have to do this and you don't have to do that and you don't have to do this and no worries. Like, you don't have to show up to Zooms and it's okay. I did that for a while. I literally put a lid and I was like, it's okay if you can't make it. No, it's not okay. You're a business owner. Where's the standard? And then how are we showing up? For a long time, I didn't show up on the corporate calls. I was like, I already know what's coming because I got VIP, but I want my team to be on it. So as far as launching new distributors, you guys, teach them good little tips and tricks and set them up for success. Show them how and what you do. If they're not willing to do 9 tasks a day, this business may not be for them. Just be a customer for now. That's okay. It's not our job to decide if somebody should be a distributor or be a customer. It's our job to decide. Are we going to talk to them and share being a customer, being a distributor, let them decide. Right. But once they're in, I go through a 10-step system. It's probably a lot like everyone else uses them. They download boards, we get them into the team page. They do that, the standard post. And then I make sure that I tell them, the more you communicate with me, the more you're going to have me. The less you communicate with me, the less you show up to work, the less your paycheck is going to be. It's science, it's math, it's the way the cookie crumbles. You don't go to your job for 2 weeks, you don't get paid for 2 weeks, okay? Unless you've earned years and years and years of 10 days paid vacation, okay? So the same thing in this business. If you treat this business like a hobby, you will get paid like a hobby. But also, why are they joining? And I really feel like we've gotten away as, I would say, leaders, and I even hate that term, but you guys, as business owners, we've gotten away from interviews. We've gotten away from the honesty of being like, this is actually what I do. I work out, I get paid to do that. You guys think going to the gym isn't working your business? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You don't think that having a hike with no service on your phone to just meditate and brainstorm and dream isn't working your business? Yes, it is. You don't think that reading a book for an hour and a half is working your business? Absolutely. This business isn't just scrolling and creating content. It's creating connections, and we've missed the connections. We've missed I know your mom, I know your sister, I know your brother, I know your cat's name, I know when your dog pooped on the floor last time. Like, we've missed that connection. And when there's a connection, there is community. And when there's community, less people fall off. And so what kind of a community do you want, and who are you looking for? Right? Who are you looking for to join your team? Are you saying that? Are you helping them? Are you saying like, oh my gosh, I'm looking for some single moms because I just launched 2 new single moms over here? Be intentional with what you want. If you're just making posts, that's not going to give them a correct, I would say, description or a correct idea of what this business actually entails, right? So find the connection, find out their why are they doing this? And then post that on the team page with their permission, obviously. And then other people can relate and connect to that. So 10-step launch system, making sure that they know it. I will treat everyone the same. I will refuse to sit down though. I won't do it. Not in this season, not in this calling, not in this time. So if you need to sit down for a season, that's fine, but expect, again, we spend time and we water what we want to grow. And so, setting the expectation that that's right. And then getting them on their own system for their 90-day challenge. Like, what do they want and what's their commitment level? Why are we so afraid to tell people, like, you work for a health and wellness journey? And I'm sorry, even at my most ideal weight, I was still using the products. It's not about weight loss. It's about your health altogether. And so find out what products they're going to use and what they're most excited about, because their products and their results is also going to sell. And then setting a great expectation. I heard this years ago in one of my studies I don't even remember what book it was, but basically saying, if I were to ask you, Valerie, how many hours a week, how many hours a week can you work this business? And you were telling me 30 minutes a day, honest 30 minutes a day. Okay. But you were saying that in 90 days, you wanted to make $6,000. One of those has to change. Either I'm sorry, but I don't know no job where you can just clock in for 30 minutes and cha-ching, $6,000 check, right? So we have to set them up for success. If you want this is what's going to be required. You can fall somewhere in between. But the other realization, you guys, that a lot of people don't realize is that you are in a business for a business. And any business owner usually doesn't profit for months and months and months. Our company, you can. But you've got to get going. And so getting people on and then making them your friend, putting them, pouring belief into them, but also making sure that you are creating that one-on-one connection with them instead of just as a mass or in a group chat. Again, the lack of connection, lack of community, when community falls, so do they. So we've got to get back to finding that one-on-one connection and not just also waiting for people to connect with us. It's our job to connect with them. So reaching out to your new distributors and making sure that you're taking those phone calls and those FaceTimes and learning what food they like and sending them funny memes and making that connection. What was the second part of that, Erin? I knew I was going to lose it.
No, I think you kind of actually did hit it, even though, like it was, I was like, you're actually answering the question. So I'm not really sure what she's upset about. Well, I guess I said, as far as like leaders, as far as people that have been in the business, maybe if somebody's like struggling or something like that. But one thing I do want to add is, things that Amber was sharing as far as like what to post and who you're connecting, like that gives you so many content ideas if you sit there and plan. Like if you sit there and think about who is your ideal person that you want to add to your team? Who do you want to connect with? Like that gives you those things that you can highlight in your story when you're sharing posts or talking to people. So I think that that was super important. But let's talk a little bit about maybe if somebody's like in that, in that valley and they've been in for a little bit. Cause again, we've been in, there's some of the team members, like I've been in, it'll be 9 years in July. And so, we've got some people that have been here the long haul, and then we've got brand new distributors too. So maybe just if there's one thing, that you're like, okay, this is something that you've got to work on. And I know you hit on a few things too.
Well, and this is something so good, you guys, is that first of all, nobody knows your lack besides you. So if you haven't really been consistent for 6 or 7 months and you're like, where do I begin? How do I relaunch? You start posting. You just start and then you stay consistent. It's not that difficult. You literally grab whatever product, I'm drinking Hydrate right now. You grab whatever product you're drinking and you take a picture and you say, oh my gosh, because what would happen if you just ordered a pre-workout from Amazon and it showed up at your door? Oh my gosh, my pre-workout just came in. I'm so excited. Here's a link. I make like $1.57 on commission from Amazon, but please let me spend more time doing that than my own business. Okay. So this, I make residual income and I make a commission and I don't have to worry about it. And it's phenomenal and it's amazing, but it's my job to share the benefits and the blessings. So if you're not sharing the benefits and the blessings, then just start. As if it's a brand new product. You guys, I hate when people are like, I'm going to wait until we have a new product. I'm like, every product's new because your network doesn't know about it. So post about the products that you love. And then again, going back, if I were to create like this full circle, right? One, are you commission qualified? Are you investing in your business every single month at the first of the month to have your products come to open up your store doors? So that way you have products to use. That way, what? I'm posting daily. I'm seeing results. I'm remembering how passionate I am about the products. I'm seeing the benefits and the blessings every single day. Boom. Now I make posts. Now that I'm going to be consistent every single day because I have a 30-day supply of my product and I want to take those products every single day because I want the customers to take the products every single day for 30 days and 90 days and 6 months and a year. So guess what I'm going to do as the CEO of my business? I'm going to do the same dang thing. I would never expect my customers to work harder than I'm working. I would never expect my team to post more than I'm posting. I will never expect that CEO mindset, right? Most of us are used to employee mindset. And so if you're in that funk and you're like, I'm just coming out, I'm so scared. What the heck are you scared of? Making a post and being like, oh my gosh, I love this product. And somebody being like, oh, you stopped posting for 6 months? Said no one ever. Nobody pays attention. I'm sorry. Like nobody pays attention to your life like that. Nobody. I promise. Maybe your dog, but that's it. Like literally nobody pays attention like that. We think about that stuff more than it actually happens. So just start posting. Just start being consistent. What is your personal goal? What is your financial goal this month for the month of April? Do you want to lose 5 pounds? Do you want to lose 6 pounds? And then break it down from there. What products you're going to post about, non-negotiable every single day, no matter your thoughts, feelings, emotion, and mood. I tell my team that all the time. Regardless of your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and moods, what are your non-negotiables for your business every day? You're going to post, you're going to ask, you're going to message, and you're going to follow up. That's 4 things, right? What's your personal goal? My personal goal is to drink my coffee every day for 30 days. Okay, branch off of that. Okay, well, how am I going to stay consistent? I'm going to go live every day, or I'm going to share a story every single day, or I'm going to create 30 days of content. That way I know I have slides right after. That's all working. But most of us are just sitting here on what I call cruise control, which is just we're scrolling until it comes a good slide. I'm going to screenshot it, even if it's blurry. I'm going to throw it up just to say I threw it up. People will know if you are a liar or if you are consistent and you're actually telling the truth. Now, what I'm saying is to be a copycat. It's good. But what I'm also saying is that people know when you are on a journey for yourself, they want to be a part of it. We want to take people on a transformation, not on an end result. And if I were to tell you guys, the one big thing that we need to change in our company is everyone's desire for results. Everyone's hanging on the 2020. I don't really have to. I get it, you guys. I've never had anxiety in my life until 2022. Okay. Do you think I want to go to the gym? No. Do I want my check to increase? Yes. So how can I have a no and a yes? I have to choose two yeses. Do I want to post that I've gained 20 pounds while selling? And we were talking about this on our Zoom. And, you know, so many people are like, I'm still using my pictures from 3 or 4 years ago. But I've put on 20 pounds and I'm embarrassed to say it. Well, guess what? So is your customers. So why don't you quit being a little stinker pot and go and not be a taker and be a giver and share and give your honesty and your vulnerability and say, you know what? Because guess what, you guys, every time I put on 10 pounds, I got to lose 10 pounds. And every time I put on 10 pounds, I make money because I have to lose the weight again. So I'm never mad about it. Okay. So you get to decide your perspective. Am I going to just jump back in, be consistent again, share what I'm sharing, talk about how you fell off the bandwagon? Why don't you be honest? Not necessary, but if you really want to jump back in and you feel like, gosh, I need to say, explain myself. Well, let me tell you one thing. Powerful people don't deal in explanation. So you don't really need to explain to yourself. My favorite is when people come back on social media and they're like, hi, I'm back on social media. Did you miss me? Is that what you wanted? Or did you want a sabbatical? Did you want a different result? Right? So it's the same thing when we're coming back into our business, you guys. What is your passion? Where are your dreams? When was the last time you wrote down anything for yourself? What goal are you working on? Okay. I'm getting back into traveling. I'm going to be in 3 different events in the next 3 weeks. That lights my fire. Why? I can create content. So just jump back in, get close to the fire, set some non-negotiables for yourself and say, I'm just doing it. Nobody cares that you've been in the business for 6 years and 2 of them, you finally were serious. People want to know where you're going. They don't want to know where you've been. They will go with people that know where they're going. Have you talked about your $500 Ruby bonus? Have you talked about your $1,000 Emerald bonus? Have you talked about your diamond rank? Have you talked about how your weekly paychecks are paying for your kids' summer camps? Have you talked about how you were able to give extra to your church on Easter because of a bonus? Have you like anything and everything? Have you shared those little micro goals that you think are not a big deal that so many people need? Live your life, dream really, really, really big, and then just promise to not quit. That's the difference between somebody who's, I would say, quote unquote, successful or somebody who quit. You guys, people quit all the time. Make sure you don't. I don't want to be like majority of people. Sorry. Do you? Do you want to be in the 96% of the world? Or do you want to be in the top 5%? Do you want to break the chains that your parents put on you and be the first millionaire in your family? I do. Do you want to change the trajectory of your faith, but you're so afraid of what other people are going to think of you? Do you want to change the trajectory of being a single mom and the stigma that comes with it? Depending on paycheck and paycheck and paycheck and paycheck, or do you want to say, I own my own time? We all have a choice of what we want to connect with. And so if you're in that rut, I really encourage you, go back to the basics. Every single month, I have to start over. What's my health goal? What product am I going to post about and share about every single day, non-negotiable? What financial goal do I want? And how many promotions do I want to help? And I focus on 2 to 5 promotions myself. What if you, Kaylee, found 2 to 5 promotions on your team that you could help and reach, and you guys all set those goals together? What about you, Josie, who was, if you just go to your team or you go to your friends and you say, this is what I'm looking for, this is what I want, are you in? I want 3 of my friends who want to lose 5 to 10 pounds this month, get paid for it and earn $500. Are you in? But no, we're like, hey, join me, it's great. Or you just joined Zooms and you're not posting on your resume. These Zooms aren't what's going to build your business, you guys. They're great information, but I can't promise that when you get off this phone, you're going to go and execute. And that's the mission, is the action. Action brings clarity. And guess what? I might say that I want to lose 5 pounds this month, and I'm getting action, and I'm putting in the action, and I'm going to the gym, and I'm laying off the carbs and sugar, and I'm going on that 15-minute walk. And all of a sudden I see that results are happening. I have more clarity. It's not 5 pounds, it's 10 pounds. It's not 4 people, it's 20 people. When you start making those actions towards your goals, but if you don't know where you're going, you will stir in the same junk that you've been in. And that goes for any of us at any given time, because we all start at 0 at the beginning of the month. We all do. I don't have ambassadors in the beginning of the month. I don't have triple diamonds. I don't have rubies. Neither do you. You have to go build them. And so every single month, it's a fresh start. So who cares if that month starts in May or if it starts tonight? Who cares if you started 6 months ago, but you're relaunching tonight? Nobody's going to give you permission to go. They already have. They're going to give you that roadmap. It's your choice whether you got to follow it or not. And so I would encourage you guys and get loud about it. I have said over and over again that I'm going to be in the best shape of my life this year. Best shape of my life. Well, then guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to take people on a journey. I'm going to show them how consistent I am. I'm going to post that I was at the gym 4 days last week. And that it was hard for me. And then it sucked. And that Monday came and I didn't want to go. Because I'm telling them, come with me. Come on this journey with me. Most of them will love it. Some will hate it. And guess what? None of it will have anything to do with you. So you better just start those goals. It's easy. We make it complicated.
Oh my gosh, that was so good. And I know, like I said, I know that there's a lot of people that are probably like quiet because it's like, gosh, those are the things that we need to hear and all the things. Okay, so we normally keep these about 30 minutes, so I don't want to take up too much of your time, but is there any last minute like tips or just piece of advice that you like, if you want to just leave everybody? Because like I said, I always ask the question, what's one thing you can go back, and I know you hit on so many of those things, but just anything else that you feel on your heart led to share.
There's somebody on this Zoom who has a question for me, and I just want to encourage you to ask it. They didn't put it in the chat. I just know that there is. So if
okay. I was like, I missed that. I'm like, what?
But you guys, there's somebody on here that needs to ask a question. So if you guys have a question that you want to ask me, please do. But so who is it? Or I can definitely unmute, but. Anyone? Best book you read? Okay. Best book I've read the most amount of times would be The Last Arrow by Erwin McManus. And it is a very good book if you procrastinate. It's also a good book if you don't feel worthy to dream. It's also a great book if you feel like you're just in a dump. It is a book that has radically changed my life. It is a marker for me. I've read the book 9 times, and every single time I get something new out of it. And I'm talking physically read and listened on Audible. So that would be a great book. Erwin McManus, as far as life in general and growth, if you are ready for I'm talking just like straight up growth the whole year, I would recommend the book called Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life. I've been listening to it since August, and it has radically changed what's been given to me and fallen in my lap you guys, I can't even make up the stuff that's happened. And one day maybe I'll be able to share everything, but yeah, Change Your Paradigm, Change Your Life. And then, so this is my yearbook. So this is what the book that I'm going to listen to the entire year, at least once a month, just over and over and over and over again. And then if you are struggling with a money mindset, there's a really, really, really good book. I love it. It is called Get Rich, Lucky Bitch. And it is so phenomenal. If you struggle with thinking oh, money's evil, or I can't have money, or like, I need to check all these things off before I get money. Nah, man, like, it's so good. So, yep, it's really good. She has 2 of them too. And she talks about how like being rich doesn't make you a brat, basically. Like it doesn't. And we can. And I really think that's why a lot of people don't go for success, is because they see bad people who have had success. But I will tell you this, money doesn't change you. It will only enhance who you are and who you will be. So don't let that that go down. So the last thing that I think building a following, this was on here. What is your advice? I actually have a YouTube video that talks about how I strategically build in certain networks and certain cities and countries. So I have a YouTube video on it through my KPIs that I do about expanding your network, because we all have to expand our network. And that was another thing that I stopped doing, was just getting those new people in, and kind of was just waiting for my own network to come, and they're not it. So building your network is great. You're welcome. Okay, that's all I have, Erin.
It was awesome. Seriously, thank you so much. A lot of aha moments and texts that are coming through the side, and they're like, I need this. So thank you so much for taking time out of your night. I will get that recording to you, and then I'll also get the recording as far as the adding to your following and network and all that. We'll post that with this recording so that we guys have that resource. But you guys go shout out Amber on social. It was just absolutely incredible, and I just appreciate you for taking time out. And
Can I just pray over us before we head out,
yeah,
Erin?
yeah, I would love that.
Awesome. Father God, thank you for tonight. Thank you for the women and the men that are joining this company, Lord. We know that it is a blank canvas, and that all of us can write our own new story today and tomorrow. And we know that you are the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. And so, Lord, I ask that you put a hedge of protection around our minds, but also our souls that maybe are aching right now, Lord, that you just remind each and every single one of us that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. We are made in your image. We are daughters of the Most High God. And so we honor you, and we love you, and we will accept this calling on our life. And we ask that you take us to where you've called us. And so, Lord, we thank you for the new people that are coming into this business, all the abundance of customers that we have, that finances are increasing rapidly, that marriage are expanding and getting back to that love again, that children are finding happiness. And so we thank you for this business. We thank you for Mark and Cindy. We thank you for the It Works family. And we thank you for the Alcalas for taking a new role and just paving this way for us, Lord. I ask that if people are ready, that they run, give them that strength and that courage every single day to wake up and put fear aside and choose faith every single day, Lord. It's in your name that we pray. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much. Again, y'all have a great night, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye, y'all.